Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, Hero. Welcome. Hi, Annette. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. It's so lovely to see you all. I was just messing around with the sound, but you can hear me okay? Good, good.
Absolutely. Hero, hi.
Hi.
Riley's, welcome back.
Hey, how you guys? Hello, everyone.
Oh, we have the whole team here. So yes.
Is Febby here?
Phoebe, we have been. Phoebe, where's she?
Hi.
Hi.
My friend. Good to
Hi,
see you, darling.
how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
She still looks like Michael Jackson's granddaughter. How do you do that?
Joe, we should have you do a song as people, come in. You're on mute. You're still muted.
We cannot hear you, Joe.
You're still on mute. Hi, Sumi.
Hi, Sumi.
Welcome.
How are you?
Good. Look at it's amazing. Look.
There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Holly and Jamie, if you're also there, welcome. Malloy's, you're trying to connect to audio. Not sure if you can hear us yet. Welcome. Hi, Kat.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Hi, Holly.
Can you see us yet?
No.
Not yet. We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Aha, now you got the tops of our heads.
Oh,
Yes. Welcome. There we go. Hi, Kat.
Hello, the whole. Kat, how are you? Who do you know from the team? You know plenty of people from the team. Hi, Suzanne. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, Chase. Welcome.
nice to meet you.
Thanks so much for coming. Hi, everybody. We're letting people in. Thanks for being here, everyone. We have most our team from Zambia here. It's a little late. We're a minute to midnight, so we'll try to be as passionate and bright-eyed as we usually are.
Oh, look great.
Hello, hello. Hi, Bill. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Trying to make sure I say hi to everyone. If I have skipped you, I apologize. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our happy hour. Does anyone have a happy hour drink? I have not seen one glass. Oh, thank you, Kat. I knew I could count on you for sure. Hi, everyone. Hello, Kramers, Boyers. Welcome.
Water.
Hello. This is my drink today. It's a pot of tea. Hello, hello. Hi, Nancy Shaw. Welcome. Sarah, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I don't know.
Somebody else was a baby. That's Sarah is here. Who knows Sarah? Also from the team in Zambia.
Mario goes, I go, I'm on Palmer duty. She goes, oh, you should be good by multitasking by now. I'm like, yeah, I'm good at it, but like, I can do it, but it doesn't mean I'm good at it. Is my point. I'm like, I can.
Oh, there's Max's
You'll
baby.
get there.
There's another
You'll
baby.
get there.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey.
So there's a baby. There's Palmer. We don't see Palmer yet, but there's another baby. right
Yeah,
there.
because if she comes up here,
Oh,
she's gonna want to go
hello.
on the computer.
We have one dog, 2 babies. What else?
Hi, Favors. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. Yeah, anyone
Beautiful.
else?
Beautiful.
Hello, hello. Welcome
You ate?
all. Welcome,
You ate?
welcome.
Okay, we're on.
Hi,
Hi, everyone.
cute. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Welcome.
Jackie. How are you?
Thank you for being here,
Hi, Annette.
everybody. We'll
Hi,
get
Nancy.
started.
Hi,
I think
Annette. How are you?
hello. Hi all. I think we'll wait like 2 more minutes and then we'll start to dig in. If I
2
didn't,
minutes, everyone. Makeup. All right, here we go.
Joe, that still gives you 2 minutes to sing us a song.
Shooby dooby doo. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. If my mom or I didn't say hi to you, I'm sorry. We're trying to catch everybody.
I don't know.
Thank you
Well, what does it
so much for being here.
Hanging up that.
Huh?
We're on a Zoom meeting. I'm hanging it up.
All right.
Where are you, Julianne?
I am in Zambia. I'm with the team here at midnight, trying to stay awake. So
How many blankets do we have all together?
oh, that was a good. Did anyone calculate, team, how many blankets we're all using right now? One of the math guys. M&E, you didn't calculate how many blankets are needed to stay warm at midnight?
Caesar, show your coat.
We'll give you the figure very soon.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, look at Caesar. He has his big.
Nice.
He has a winter
Nice.
coat.
Caesar, you look like a hip hop artist, man.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I think we'll leave 1 more minute and then we'll get started. Hi, Peggy. Didn't say hi. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Penny, hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi, all. Welcome to our
Anissa,
happy
how are
hour.
you?
Hi, Anissa. Does anyone else have a special happy hour drink they want to show us before we start?
Holly
Thank you,
has COVID.
Jackie.
Holly tested positive for COVID this morning.
Isn't that
Oh, Holly.
happy?
Yeah, but she's feeling fine. Well, pretty good.
Okay.
I have gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. Yeah, cheap white wine is all we have.
Holly, I hope you just continue to feel well.
Thank you.
All
Us too,
right.
Holly.
Yeah. Hi,
As
Charlie.
you can see, I'm in
welcome.
quarantine. It's
Charlie's another Conestoga student.
Okay, thanks. Charlie, thanks for being
Yeah, but
here.
we have to get closer.
It should be tipped, I think.
No, we have to get closer together.
Hi, Boyers.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Julianne.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess we can get started. As everyone read in the invitation, this is really meant to be an informal happy hour, just meant to be about sharing and discussion and learning from each other. I'm sure as you read in the email, the reason we don't have a beautiful video for you all or some sort of production or event is that we're working really hard right now, and I'm going to give you a quick update, sort of the latest from the center in Kafue. But we have a lot going on, and our events with productions take a lot of manpower. As you know, we've always tried to keep costs down, which means man and woman power goes up. And we just, decided that it would be better to just have this heart-to-heart informal talk with you all and just share where we're at. One of the honest truths about where we're at right now is that our fundraising is down. Like many nonprofits, kind of coming out of the COVID pandemic, giving is down. there's things going on in the world that we can't control, like the war in Ukraine, which I know everyone's heart goes out to. Recent events in the United States, our hearts go out to families that have lost loved ones. So, that means that we're in a situation where it's hard to just do our work worry-free. So that's the honest state of things. And that's why we wanted to, again, just have this heart-to-heart to share, to learn, to care for each other in this moment. At the same time, tonight's also about celebrating our work. We're doing such incredible work, on the ground in Kafue, Zambia at our Learning and Leadership Center. And I'm just really happy to have, I think, almost all the team. If there's a member of the team that's not on, it's probably because of a bad internet connection.
Yeah, Andrew is still trying to connect.
Andrew's been trying for, it's 30 minutes now. So excited to have everyone here to be able to answer questions and share all about our work. So before I dive in, I do want to share that we have an opportunity tonight to make a big dent into the fundraising that we're trying to do for our work. So I want to give a big thanks to an anonymous donor family who is providing a matching grant if we're able to raise $10,000 tonight during this happy hour. So if you'd like to contribute, you can send Pam O'Brien, our development director, a private message and let her know your pledge, or to Mama Mario. And thank you in advance to all of your support. Thank you to that donor family for matching what we raised tonight. Everything we raise will just go toward just the overall support of our holistic programs on the ground in Zambia, which we're going to share with you. So I'm going to do like a very quick, couple slide PowerPoint presentation. Just again, these are literally kind of the latest photos coming out of the center. And then we're just going to go into a Q&A. Again, the whole team is here to ask more questions. I'm hoping the team will also ask our supporters and AEP family some questions. It's meant to be a two-way dialogue as well. So if you all will just give me a quick second to pull this up. And can everyone see a big, beautiful slide?
Oh, yeah.
All right, great. Well, welcome to our heart-to-heart happy hour. Once again, thank you all for being here and taking the time to be with us. So what's going on at the center? We now have over 500 high schoolers coming for our programs. We have 54 high school graduates who are in our college prep program. We have 42 college students. So, once we're done these slides, you can ask our team all about the daily programs that these young people access at the center. We have over 200 young learners coming every day to learn literacy, math, science. Their favorite day, I think, is team building, but you could also ask the team what their favorite activities are and why they come to the center each day. At Read for Rose, our special education hub, we have 21 amazing specially abled students. So you can ask Febby and Annie all about the students, about the new classes that they're actually having with parents so that parents can learn sign language. You can also ask about Winfrida, who's on the right-hand side of the slide, and she just won a big race recently, which means she'll be competing internationally in Malawi later this fall. We had 28 more entrepreneurship graduates. These are our moms, our guardians of our kids. We have 32 that are currently in the program right now. So you can ask our large entrepreneurship team about how this program impacts their small businesses, or if they don't have one yet, how they get ready to start one.
Julianne, is there any fathers in that program, or is it just mothers?
I will let, how about Bernard? You want to go and answer that?
Yes, thank you very much for that, Julian. So for now, we only have the mothers in the program, but we are looking into including the fathers too.
I can add though that it's the mothers who've shown the most interest, right? Entrepreneurship team.
Yes. Actually, when we called out a meeting during the orientation, when we wanted to do the selection for the first cohort, we had 100 who came, and of those 100, we only had 7 men who turned out for the orientation calling. So those are the figures.
Thank you, Bernard. We have 200 more young women who are receiving menstrual health and hygiene training, as well as a pack of reusable pads and cups. That's literally happening this week. So you can ask about how this program changes their lives. We're serving over 250 meals a day. I believe that's actually probably over 270 meals a day. I'm giving you the conservative figure. So you can ask about that, or you can also ask about how the team, our alumni and members of the diaspora are stepping up to make sure this program keeps going. So you can ask about why there's chickens in this slide when we're done. We had our first alumni reunion. Mama Mario called out to the alumni with Andrew, our alumni coordinator, and we had our first reunion. So we can talk about why this alumni network is so important, not just to the alumni themselves, but also to the center and our sustainability. You can ask questions about our US team. I'd like to introduce Paul, who you may not recognize in this slide, who just started officially at the beginning of the month as our country director in Zambia. So you can ask me about my upcoming travels. I'll actually be on 3 different continents in 3 weeks, I think, if I calculate that right. So you can ask me about that. Or you can ask Pam and Paul about our resource mobilization efforts that are going on. Our Zambia team, you can ask Lulu about our programs, Joy about our operations, or Nebat about teaching computers, something that's so important to our kids. There's a reason why these 3 are on the slide together. As much as we love all 3 of them, they're the only 3 members of our full-time team in Zambia who aren't actually alumni of the program, even though they've been with us for many years. They may feel like they're alumni, but they didn't start with us in high school. So I thought it just might be fun to show off our team and our alumni team and show you their first pictures of when they came to the center and who they are today. So this is Caesar. He's our director of academics and scholarships. This is Andrew. He's our alumni coordinator. Sorry, some of them are a little blurry. They're old. This is Bernard, our manager of entrepreneurship and financial literacy. Violet, our assistant for entrepreneurship and financial literacy. And then coming up are our 2 coordinators in the same program, Lucy and Clement. We also have Christine, who's our programs coordinator. Christine didn't age, I feel like she just doesn't seem to have gotten much older. We have Teddy, who definitely got older, one of our monitoring and evaluation coordinators. And his teammate Massimo, who also definitely got older. I think Massimo gets best first photo, but that's my vote. We have Chanda, who is the latest addition to the team. She's spearheading the Young Learners program. And Annie, our special education assistant. And I believe last but not least, Febby, our Director for Special Education. And so again, the whole team is here and, is ready to answer any questions, and I think ask you some questions. Before we dive in, I just wanted to show you 2 paintings. These are 2 of 6 paintings that my mom, Mama Mario, as everyone knows her as, brought back from Zambia recently. And they're done by a very special artist at the center. His name is James. And we have 6 of these paintings. So our top 3 donors tonight will receive one of these paintings. And our top 3 donors in general for this Heart to Heart campaign will receive one of these paintings. So not that we're trying to bribe you, but we're trying to say thank you for your support. So let me stop sharing the screen. And again, I just want to open it up.
That was great.
For
That was
questions.
great.
Thank you.
I can show you the painting in Rio. I have them right next to my desk right there. So this is a round one, and this is a landscape right there. I did carry that in my suitcase.
It's out of focus. That's so Mama Mario.
Another one.
They're blurry.
Peter, you're on
Sorry,
mute. I can't hear you.
Sorry. Okay, up right there.
That's better.
It's better. Okay. All right. So anyway, I have the paintings.
Great.
And feel free if you want to chat a question in. If not, feel free to unmute and ask your questions. Members of the team too, I'm trying
I have a comment. I have a comment back to Bernard about the women that are more interested in doing the entrepreneurship, because I do financial coaching for Habitat for Humanity for Montgomery and Delaware County. And the majority of the people who take the course and want to be involved are women. So just so you know, it's not just there.
Can you tell us a little bit about the entrepreneurial program? What kind of things are you trying to coach or convey?
Bernard, do you want to take that on, or do you want to pass that to one of your teammates?
Oh, sorry, I started talking when my mic was on mute. So thank you very much. That's a good question. I'll just take it up. So in our program, the program is it's a 4-month long program, and we have 9 modules that we train throughout the course of the program. And at the end of the training, the women get to undergo the graduation, and then they are certified. So we train in financial literacy. We are trying to also add digital literacy to their understanding, how to get out of the comfort zone. Try to teach them about the budgets, the balance sheets, advertising, marketing, and many other stuff. So that's we have 9 modules that we train them in.
Okay. Thank you.
You help them after they graduate?
Sorry, come again?
Do you help them after they graduate from the program?
So after the graduation program, I think what we do is more of a mentoring program. So we don't just let them go after the graduation. What we do is we follow them up to try and help them where they're more like reevaluating their different businesses, and then we try to advise them if there is need for growth in their business. And then right now we are trying to connect them to a micro lending institution so that they can have access to micro loans and that is just to boost their businesses, because after the COVID pandemic, I think it affected a lot of the women. Some used to have big businesses, but after the pandemic, there was trouble, and a lot of their businesses were affected. So we are trying to connect them to micro lending institutions so that they can access their loan facilities.
And Bernard, can you give us some examples of businesses that that have been started that are currently going on as a result of the program?
So we have, for example, we have one parent by the name of Prudence. So Prudence is a hairstylist and have been doing very well after the training. So she was having struggles and challenges before the training, but after the training, she has managed to expand her business, and right now she has even added a second business to the salon.
So
and she
can't see.
She's now able to sell clothes apart from the salon business, and she has also employed. She has now someone working under her. Before she was just alone, and right now she has now added another person who is assisting her to run the business.
Are any of the women alumni from other programs?
Sorry, come again?
Yeah, have any of the graduates from your other programs entered into this program too?
So we only have one, but the training, according to her testimony, she was saying that the training was different, and it was the training was about pig farming, piggery. So it wasn't as intense and as broad as our program. So the program that she had attended was just about how to keep pigs.
And maybe Bernard, Lucy or Clement, could you tell us, quickly about the youth program that we've launched in entrepreneurship?
Can I go first?
Oh, yes, go ahead, Clement.
Okay. We also have the youth program where we are teaching the students on how best they can start with small businesses, those who are still in school, and how they can manage their accountancy, the entrepreneurship. After introducing the program, we are teaching them on bookkeeping and other topics which can help them after school to start small businesses, so that at least we shouldn't wait for them just to be stranded after school, but at least they should think of something to be an entrepreneur, so to say.
Great. Thank you, Clement. Who has a question?
I think Julian.
Yes,
just to add on what Clement has said, the problem I think that we have in our nation as Zambia, and that's one of the challenges that we're trying to battle with, is that they see entrepreneurship as not a good career path. And that's the mindset that we're trying to change with our youth. So we are teaching them to say someone can pursue entrepreneurship as a career, and not just going for the other seemingly white collar jobs, I would say, like doctor, engineer. So you can also pursue entrepreneurship as a career, and that's the mindset that we're trying to teach them.
Thank you, Bernard.
So if doctor and engineer are the first two career paths that you mentioned, what's number 3, 4, and 5?
Who wants to take that from the team? Lulu or Lucy. I saw Lucy on mute, but go ahead, Lulu. You're now unmuted.
Okay, so the other careers on the list would be teacher, nurse, lawyer. So those are very, very specific. Doctor, teacher, lawyer, nurse. Those are the ones usually on the list that kids usually go for. Yeah. And the more they come to the center and interact with the guidance teacher, they get to have an opportunity to learn about other careers that are out there and other opportunities that they can venture in. So it's amazing to see them also just learn about new opportunities and careers.
Thanks, Lulu. I realized I have two quick introductions that I want to do while I have everyone's attention. First, I didn't introduce Sarah, our co-founder, one of my co-founders from way back in the day. Sarah and her daughter Palmer are with us. So if you have any questions about our founding, almost 20 years ago, no, 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, that's really scary. You can let us know. Yeah, Sarah, I have the same look on my face. And I also want to introduce Kanique, who's been spearheading what will be the pilot of our Connecting Communities program. That's going to bring together a group of young people in the United States and a group of our youth. Hey, Kanique, thanks for saying hi. To do essentially a digital window to look at identity and just share and learn about each other and try to really bridge the gap between, you know, two groups that really, the gap shouldn't be all that big. So Kanique's been working on that and we're shooting to do the pilot of that in August. So Kanique, thanks for being here. So if anyone has further questions, and Kanique is actually doing her master's thesis at James Madison University about this and what she'll be learning in the pilot, which is really awesome. So thanks, Kanique, for joining.
Julianne,
all right. Yes.
Julianne, you should add that Sarah was the one who designed the center at the beginning. I don't know if Caprica is here, but Sarah became an architect. That's something, that's not a job they ask us they want to do in Zambia at all, but Sarah is the one who designed.
Yes, she designed the new center. And yes, if you have any questions about the capital project and construction of the new center, we can also answer those. But Sarah was at the heart of designing that.
Definitely. Sorry, Coco Melon's on in the background. Trying to keep her entertained. What is going on with that? We haven't touched base in a while. So I will just go ahead and ask.
Sure. I guess unless anyone from the team wants to take that, I can take that one. So we are looking to break ground in May of next year. In the lead up to that, we are working on all of our permitting. We're drilling what we call a borehole here, which is our water source, our well, getting hooked up to electricity and putting up a temporary, the temporary fencing that we'll need for construction. We've raised over half of what we need for the brick and mortar and the furnishings of the building, which is really exciting. We're having a lot of really good meetings here on the ground to gain local support. We really want the building project to be a turning point for the sustainability of the center and having that local support, not just for the construction, but long-term for the programming. So yeah, things are, let me say, finally, really moving forward, which is really, really exciting. I know the team especially Lulu, who owns the hashtag We Need Space, are eagerly awaiting to be in the new center. So it's a really exciting time for us.
Hey, Julianne, could you also just give an overview, because the commitments we have now, the money that we've raised is mostly from the US side, and you are putting a lot of effort, and we as a board feel it's important to have at least some in kind or money coming from the Zambian side to really have a firm foundation in the community and the country. And Julianne, and that's not an easy lift. And Julianne, I think, has been making some good progress on that. So I think that merits just a high level on what you're doing with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So for brick and mortar and furnishings, we're looking at $875,000 for the building. We have raised $560,000, and that is thanks to, I believe now, 8 families in the US. As you all know, we haven't done a call out for capital campaign broadly because we're still really in need of our local operational support. So that money raised is thanks to that handful of families who are stepping up in a big, way to make sure this building comes to fruition. And we're really so grateful for that. So the sort of benchmark we've set for the local fundraising here is a minimum of $100,000 raised either in kind, in materials, or through financial gifts. We secured our first donation, which is actually from our local bank, who we've been banking with for 14 years. These numbers, I just keep cringing when I say these numbers out loud. So that's really exciting to have our first partner come on board. Obviously, the first one's always the hardest one to get. So to have that bank be now on the list of supporters will, I think, also help us moving forward. So, and we're really, confident that we'll get either discounted or in-kind gifts for the building materials. So that's why I say that 100,000 is really the minimum target, because I do believe we can raise more for that. So that is where we're at. Question.
Exciting.
Yes.
Fun stuff.
Finally.
Palmer will be the youngest visitor to come to Zambia.
Well, you might have to compete with Max and MJ. I don't know.
How old? Just kidding.
Maxwell, are you still here? I'm not sure if they're still here. We'll get back to you. She's younger than Palmer, though.
Julianne, I just wanted to go back to the entrepreneurial aspect, that group that you founded. We have sponsored, or are sponsoring, or have sponsored 2 students that have gone to the agricultural college. Is that also an avenue that you're encouraging or, helping along the way?
Sure. I think I might take on this answer too, because we're looking at agriculture in 2 different ways moving forward. So the first way is actually as a social enterprise that would be an actual for-profit wing to generate revenue for the center moving forward. And that would be an aquaponics farm, which ideally will be spearheaded by one of our alumni who studied agriculture and aquaculture. So that's just a pure commercial venture, again, so that profits from that farm will feed into the center for the ongoing operations of the center. The other component is that we are looking to procure land either right next to our center or not far away, so that we could have a aquaponics and urban farming learning space, so that any of the either youth or adult that go through the entrepreneurship program would then have an aquaculture component, but looking more at urban agriculture, given that Kafue is turning much more into a suburb or peri-urban area compared to what it was 16 years ago when we started. So I think we all know that agriculture is a big part of Zambia's prosperity in the future. So we're definitely honing in on that, but also at the same time, a strong focus on climate resilient agriculture, because that's actually going to be the way forward, given how vulnerable Zambia is to climate change.
Are you going to start those programs in conjunction with building of the new facility, or are they running independent of the new facility, or how are you sequencing that?
So the social enterprise, we're hoping to do phase 1 this fall and really get it off the ground. Pam has identified a lot of small or medium-sized enterprise growth opportunities in the forms of grants and fellowships, but you need to be started, which has been our hardest part. So Bernard and the team are actually pitching in to help us get our business plan done, so that we can go to some prospective donors who showed interest in it, and hopefully kickstart this fall. So that's starting as soon as possible. The learning space will be dependent on procuring the land and funding moving forward.
And the programs are going to be alumni driven?
Yes, absolutely. We've actually had 3 students study aquaculture, and 2 of them did their theses on aquaponics. So we're excited that it'll also be alumni run.
I have a
Right,
question.
we need a question that's not for me. Yes.
I have a question because I just came back from Zambia last month, and it was first time for me since 2019. And I didn't go enough, but I went to see the Read for Rose, which is my favorite place. And Phoebe, you have to come, and Annie, maybe you have to come on right now. The decision was made that the Read for Rose, the special ed component of AEP, will be part of the new center. And I would like to ask you, Phoebe, how important it is for the special ed student, for you students, to be part of the center, because I went with a bunch of students and it was such an incredible moment to be all together. So Phoebe, go ahead. How important is it for them?
Thank you so much, Mama Mario, for that question. Yeah, so the new center will really mean a lot for our students, because like where we are, they just more like they are isolated from the other kids. So the main center will mean that they will be included with the other students from the main center. Yeah, so it will really mean inclusiveness for them.
So, do they like when we come to visit, when the students from the center come to visit?
Definitely, they enjoy it so much. They interact more with their friends from the main center, and they really love it. So I believe that when the new center is going to be built, it will really mean a lot for them. Yeah.
Thank you, Fabi. Do we have one of the team that has a question for one of our supporters? Why don't we flip it around? Someone. I'm gonna pick somebody if no one.
They're all asleep. Let them sleep.
I know. Under their multiple blankets. It's really cold, everyone. This winter here in Zambia it's cold. How about Caesar? Caesar, do you have a question for one of our supporters?
Oh yes. So I just wanted to find out, like, from the people here, like, what is one of the favorite activity that they like, or like seeing the students from our center being involved in?
Great question. Someone want to answer? What one of your favorite programs that you see happening at the center, or activities? I'm gonna pick someone if someone doesn't.
Oh yeah, no question. I would say, you know, me all those years, you know, because I'm so disabled myself, all my years working with special folks, I'm just over the moon that you guys have a program, you know, for special needs, and that Febby's at the helm. I mean, she's like Mother Teresa of Zambia out there. You know what I mean? But I really love that part about what you guys do personally. To answer the question, I'm muting myself now. Okay, bye.
I second that. I think it's lovely. And when I heard Febby was part of it, it just made me smile. Thank you all.
I just can't believe how much it's grown over the 20 years. And you said that I gawked as well. I was like, oh my God. But just, you know, the first program we ever started was the Breakfast Club. That was one of the first programs from the youth center after we started the youth center. And knowing how many children you guys are feeding on a daily basis is unbelievable from where we started. So I love seeing the growth that you, Julianne and Mario, and the team that you've built. I mean, you guys are amazing, and it touches really close to my heart. So awesome work.
You have a lot of great programs. It's hard to choose. So everybody should not. Yeah.
Sarah, thanks for your architectural contribution. Great
Anytime.
job.
I had way too
Great
much
job.
fun with it, but I can't take all the credit. Kapota, Charlie Kalima, who did all the actual construction documentation of the design, is in Zambia, and his father is who Amos Youth Center is named after, and he did an incredible job with what I started and gave to him, and he's not on this call, I don't believe, but he deserves pretty much majority of the credit. So
oh, that's great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, Julianne, could you mention, because I know, you know, the Breakfast Club, the feeding program, that's one of my favorites as well. You can just give kind of an overview of between the pandemic, the droughts, kind of like the pressure we're feeling there with kind of the increased need and increased hunger that we're faced with there.
Sure. Actually, I'd like to kick that over to Lulu. Do you want to take that one? Or Joy? Who wants to take that?
I can start, and Joy can come, I think, midway. So currently we are feeding 270 plus kids in a day. And we noticed after the pandemic, there were larger numbers of kids in need of a meal. And this was from our 2021 home visit assessment. So most of the parents had lost their jobs due to the pandemic, loss of work. So there was an increased number of kids who now needed a meal per day. So that is one challenge that we faced. Currently, we are unable to meet all the numbers because of we cannot meet the demand, and I think that's where I'll leave Joy just to come through and to share a bit more on what we have done on the ground, and maybe shed more light on other challenges that we face.
Thanks, Simon.
Is the demand increasing?
The demand has increased from the last 2 years. The demand has increased, and currently there's a population we used to feed the last 2 years that we are not feeding, and these are our 7th graders, because of the demand it's too high currently for us to feed all of them. So we get to spend more food than we usually do.
And one thing Mario
which makes the budget go up.
One thing Mario mentioned to me from a recent trip was she noticed, which we didn't see as much before, kids coming and kind of squirreling some of their food away in their pockets to bring home for their family, which is kind of sad that, you know, we can't feed the people showing up, and those people who have nothing still will share what little we can give them.
And they were bringing the little brother, little sister to share their plates. That was something I never saw before. That's really, I mean, that was what struck me this time. They were very hungry. That was without a doubt.
If you can, please take pictures. That's a very powerful statement. And the other question I have is the Ukraine war going to create difficulty in securing food sources?
I think that's a good question, Bill. I know my answer to that of late is that the fact that Zambia's staple food is maize, and it's all, you know, grown locally. I think for Zambia, the biggest pressure is because of the fuel hikes. And when you look at how much is imported from South Africa and neighboring countries. So, but the issue with the maize is that becomes highly dependent on the rains, since the majority of farming is still rain-fed subsistence farming. So do we have any reports yet on how the harvest was? Anyone on the team this last harvest?
I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the harvest and what's been going on. So Zambia, being at the helm of climate change, has had its own share of bad rain patterns in the past rainy season, that which has made most of the families have very poor harvest. I might not have the statistics really right now, but in the area where we're in, that's the reason why the feeding program has really gone up. So most of the parents rely on farming corn. So their rains were not very good. In the beginning, there was a dry spell. Then the rain started. Then there was it became worse. It was like a heavy downpour. So most of the maize was submerged in water. Hence, now most of the family is not having much to eat and making our feeding program go up and up and up. So with the help of the team that has stepped in so well, kudos to the AYC team. Every month they've pledged to donate at least a certain number of bags of mealie meal, which is our staple food here, which is going to be a very, very huge help. For the month of June, this team donated 18 bags of mealie meal and a whole lot of other things towards the feeding program, which has really, really helped. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy. And we did have a member of I'll add this because I prompted it in the slideshow, a member of the diaspora who lives in Pittsburgh, who got us 20 chickens to supplement the nutrition program. So those were those chickens. They were donated live. Anyone who wants those details should privately chat with Joy, because I'm sure most of us don't really want to hear about that one.
Given climate change.
You wrote us all to say at some point fairly recently that the feeding program was still in need of being supported monetarily. Is that still the case?
I'm going to kick that over to Pam.
Yes, great question. We are just about 5,000 short of that ask, Holly. So getting very close, but 5,000 short.
Thank you, Pam.
Given your programs and the fact that you've got to focus on agriculture and you have climate change issues, is there any work being done on alternate primary food types, food sources?
That is an interesting question. Who from the team wants to answer that? Alternate food sources and maybe the appetite for it among our kids.
Okay, I'll go.
Go ahead, Joy.
So normally what we do, like right now in season, we have sweet potatoes. So depending on what is there in season, we'll try to substitute the corn or the maize meal so that we can supplement the diet for the kids. So we don't just depend on the maize. And considering that we had a very poor harvest this year, so mealie meal is quite on the higher side. So we normally change. As of the other years, we would supplement with sweet potatoes and whatever is readily available on the market and we can get for that season.
Thanks, Joy. I see Paul, our country director, put his hand up very formally in our informal happy hour, but Paul, do you want to go ahead?
Thanks, Julianne. Well, I didn't want to interrupt people that were already speaking, not to be too formal, but it's nice to join everyone. Happy to be here. I just thought I could just contribute to some of the earlier questions just quickly on, the cost of the program, as well as the impact of the war in Ukraine, vis-a-vis how Zambia is being affected. So it hasn't been a very easy time generally for the whole country. There's been food-induced inflation. Prices of various commodities have been shooting up, and it's become much more difficult for ordinary families to be able to afford the basics, not only mealie meal, of course, that's one of the major commodities that we utilize at our centers, but also just the cost of cooking oil, the cost of tomatoes and other basic necessities have, I would say, quadrupled in just the last 2 to 3 months, and there is no sign of them relenting, at least in the short term. And like Julianne indicated, we are now having to review our fuel prices literally every month. Previously, the government used to review the fuel prices on a quarterly basis, but because of the swings in the oil prices on the world market, Zambia is having to regularly assess what the costs are as those products land, but that's having an immediate impact on the pricing of various commodities, because as you may know, we are largely an import-based country because we're also landlocked. So that is having a great impact on the basic food commodities. And that, of course, means that the families are struggling more and more. And that's why you even see that the children, as young as they are, have realized that the economic situation in their homes is not so great. And they're trying to see how they can help by going back home with some food. So what we do for them right now with all your support can never be more important and more urgent at this particular time, because it is quite a great struggle. In terms of the effects of the current rainfall patterns, like said and shared by my colleagues, it's been quite bad. As you go more to the southern side of the country, and Lusaka is somewhat closer to that region, the rainfall pattern has been diminishing over the years due to, of course, climate change and the like. So you find that the harvest is not as good as before. Last year, the bumper harvest was good, but because at least mostly from the Copper Belt and upwards in the northern regions, but because the southern part of the country did not have very good rainfall, or they had very late rainfall that had an impact on the harvest itself. So there are all those issues to contend with that we have to grapple with. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul, for those additions and the context.
Thank you, Paul.
We have time for a couple other questions. Lulu,
I
just
have
saw
a
you
question.
unmute. Yes.
I have a question to all our amazing supporters. Your support and your love towards us is just incredible. It keeps our work going. So my question is like a two-part question. The first question is, I'd like to know how many years, some of you have been part of the AEP AYC family, and what keeps your love burning? What keeps your love burning for the organization? I know we do great work, but I just want to hear from you, like what keeps your love burning? Every time we get to interact with all of you, we get to share our work and you hear our stories, and you get to see, what we do with the kids. So how long have you been part of the family, and what keeps your love burning? Yeah, your heart, since it's heart to heart tonight or today.
Great question, Lulu. Maybe can I ask Holly to go first, because I believe Holly was one of our very first donors ever.
I second that. I think she's, yes.
We have stayed involved for all the reasons we've been hearing about, and it just keeps getting, more and more encompassing to the full lives of these children and their families. And I have to say, since I'm not able to go to Zambia for health reasons, which I really regret, I'm relying upon people like Julianne and Mario and Pam to tell me, to share with me and make me understand how important these programs are. And obviously they do a fantastic job at that. Also, just to hear Lulu and Paul, it just makes you feel like, this is really making a difference. And I love the interaction with the students that we have supported through scholarships and FEBI and, everyone. It's just, it's very important to my life.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you. I'm trying to see who else is on the long list. Peg Kramer, you've been for a long time too?
I think we started when you were in high school, your junior year of high school when you started this endeavor, and we have been supporters from the beginning. And I think what keeps us coming back is you and your family and your passion and your support. Seeing the students, Bernard comes to mind, since we supported him in his educational endeavor early on, and here he is as a young man, and just so beautiful to see. And I've shared with Pam recently that the Instagram posts that come out several times a week just bring so much life to the story. Everybody is smiling, everybody is engaged in whatever they're doing. But if I had to boil it down to one thing, Julianne, it's your passion that just keeps us wanting to support AEP.
Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot.
Good one, Peg. Good one.
Thanks, Joe.
Judy and I would just say, well, speaking for myself, Julianne, you're the bee's knees, but it's fear of Mario which keeps us in this thing. We want to stay on her good side. No, it's just the greatest honor and
that
blessing.
one. Just kidding, Mario. We love you.
Thank you.
Cat Shrek has done some trips with mom too. I'm sure she's cheersing to that as well.
No, that was her mom. That was her mom.
That's true.
Said,
that's true.
She has to go. I cannot because of my health. You're going to teach your kids how to paint. And in a plane, Kat tell me, I'm not sure I like children.
I also didn't know how to paint.
I didn't know how to paint either. It was like, and she did marvelous. It was awesome. So yeah.
Well, why don't we? I mean, folks are welcome to hang out after, but why don't we take one last official question so that then the team can go to bed, because the kids will be coming tomorrow. So it's tough to take a day off. One last official question before we at least let them go to sleep.
Julianne, I was wondering what soccer related or football related programs you guys are doing these days, or I haven't heard anything about that recently.
Yeah.
So.
Lulu, do you want to talk about what we hope to do sometime?
Currently, because of space, we don't really have a small pitch or an area where the kids can do any sport. We do utilize the road sometimes for them to do some activity, and any space we can find for them just to run around and have activity. We have some outdoor activity. For the new center, we are hoping to have some space for them to have maybe their games and their sports in different types of sports activities. So we are still working on that. And also even with that, we are, as you, I'm sure, Sarah, you noticed the space also for the new building. We have set aside a small space for them to have sports activity. And we're hoping to get some more land just for us to build up something for the kids to enjoy more sports activity. So currently, any space that we have, we do have some sports activity outside for all our groups, starting for the young learners who are 1st grade to 7th grade, and the kids from 8th grade to 12th grade. So wherever we can find space, we usually utilize any space available.
Thanks, Lulu. And what Lulu didn't mention, part of the reason I asked her to answer it is the day we do have a soccer or football team, her husband is a incredible player and avid fan, and I believe we would be able to enlist as the coach. Right, Lulu?
Do you think he wants to go go to college in the United States and pretend he's 23, or he could be recruited by my husband coaches men's soccer here for Vassar College. We're looking for some good recruits.
I'll ask him about that. 23 might be a bit like a long stretch, but I would, yeah.
We'll take what we can get. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure we will take you up on that offer. I'm sure Mr. Caesar has his eyebrows raised right now. So we might want to have a meeting with you on that one. So we'll take you up on that offer. But definitely, yes, Julian, that conversation is still on.
And Sarah, are there any ins though to the basketball team? Because Bernard is really, really tall too. We're not utilizing all his skills either, just in entrepreneurship.
Well, we had all the connections. I'll have to consult.
Okay.
Thank
Caesar,
you,
go
guys.
ahead. Thanks, Sarah.
I'm gonna put Palmer to bed.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. You're the best. Best program ever. Julianne's the best. Love you.
Thanks. Love you too.
Sarah. It was a big step for me because one of my young men got married when I was in Zambia last 2 months ago. And Masmo, where's Masmo? You could have put a picture of Masmo in his tuxedo, Julianne.
I know.
Masmo, who I've known for 12 years, got married when I was in Zambia, and it was absolutely fantastic to see the boys becoming men, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right, Masmo? Where are you? Are you sleeping by now?
I'm here, Mama Mario. It was amazing having you. It was an honor, in fact.
And tell everybody what I told you to do. What kind of husband you're going to be, and not a Zambian husband. Tell everybody.
Yeah, you emphasized that I should be a helping husband, which I'm doing. Yeah, at the moment, and it's working out perfectly.
And not your wife being all the chores, right?
Yeah.
Caesar, you had something to say. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to add on the sport. I think right before the rain season, I think that was last year, I used to meet up with the male college prep students every Saturday for a football game at soccer. So we used to meet almost every weekend, right before the rain started. And I think the rain stayed the whole thing. And we're planning to resume those games. I think our first game is when we played the male AYC staff against the students. We won, the staff won. I don't know how that was possible, but we did. So we're just hoping to resume that, and probably by the time the new center will be built, I think that will be one of the first team, the football team that can actually spearhead the sports program.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Well, before too many people drop off, I just want to officially once more just say thank you, everyone, for being here. The team, board members, supporters, this is the AEP family. So just thank you. Thank you for all of your support in the past, your current support tonight, so that hopefully we reach that $10,000. Once again, thank you to that donor family who'll be matching what we raise. Also, we don't just need money help. If you have a friend or a family member that might be interested in what we do, please, share our information with them. A connection to a grant, any type of connection, please let us know. And just thank you. And just to say too, those of you who are getting into crypto money, we will also start probably over the summer collecting donations in crypto. We can't hide from it. Giving is on the rise. So, our giving options continue to expand. But just, again, thank you to everyone for being here. Team, thank you for being up this late. I hope everyone can catch enough hours before the kids start knocking at the door tomorrow. Just thank you all for being here. It just means so much. So
Thank you, Julie.
Until next time.
Great job.
Thank you.
And thank you, AEP team.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. And we see some new